Welcome to VMblog's coverage of the IGEL Now and Next conference taking place in Miami, Florida at the Fontainebleau. Today I have the pleasure of having Workspot with us. Can you introduce yourself and kind of tell us a little bit about the company?
Yeah, my name is Amitabh Sinha. I'm a co-founder and chief strategy officer for Workspot. Workspot is for customers who are looking to replace their legacy VDI systems. We are optimized for the cloud, and we focus on helping customers migrate to the cloud as quickly as possible.
So maybe you can go a little more in depth into the technology and what problems you solve.
So problem is for well-known problems for most customers who know what VDI does, which is how do I securely deliver applications and desktops to unmanaged devices? Common in contractor use cases, call centers, healthcare, financial services for compliance reasons, and more so now with 3D graphics in the cloud, so that you can have your 3D CAD engineers designing things or software developers writing code remotely. So all these are use cases we see our customers using Workspot for today.
And what would you say kind of makes your product unique?
I think the product is unique in a couple of different ways. So one is we live in a multi-cloud world where customers choose 2 to 3 different clouds quite often. So AWS, Azure, and GCP typically. And so that's one thing, which is we give them the flexibility to deploy virtual desktops in the cloud of their choice. The second thing we are focused on is how do we optimize the cost of that cloud. We've all heard of runaway cloud costs, and desktops can be, if you're not careful, can get you into that trouble pretty quickly. And so we have a whole bunch of AI-driven provisioning and optimization technologies that help customers optimize the cost of the cloud. And then the last part is how do you help optimize user experience? Because VDI is notorious for bad user experiences, and so we have a lot of data we collect from all over the world in real time, and we use that to help customers optimize end user experiences. And so those are the 3 big things when we talk to customers that they find different about our platform versus anything else.
Now, being that we're at the IGEL Now Next, maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you partner together with IGEL.
Yeah, IGEL is the leader in thin client in enabling secure delivery of apps and desktops onto lightly managed endpoint infrastructure. So we integrate with them so that our customers who use IGEL thin clients, IGEL infrastructure can connect back into the Workspot infrastructure in the cloud or on premises, and they can do it securely with all the tools and infrastructure that IGEL has to offer.
And I guess, do you have any kind of like real world example that can give us a better understanding of how people are using your product?
Yeah, 2 examples I would give. One is a sort of a familiar example from call center use cases where you call an 800 number, a call center agent answers the call and helps you with the process. We have a very large global call center company that actually uses Workspot to deliver call center desktops to about 1,500 call center agents for one of their customers.
Right.
And then the second one, which is unusual for VDI, is 3D CAD. So we have a customer called Mead & Hunt up in Wisconsin that builds airports and designs and builds airports and public infrastructure.
Right.
And they use Workspot for their 3D CAD engineers to go collaborate together and design the next airport for whichever county they're working in. Wow. And so one is very familiar, which is call center agents, and the other one is new for VDI, primarily enabled by the cloud and all the GPUs in the cloud, and those are 2 very different use cases enabled by the same infrastructure.
Yeah, I think just a few years ago that might not have been possible with, being able to do like accelerated CAD and stuff, right? So that's very interesting.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the AI, since it's such a hot topic. How are you guys using AI?
So AI is, AI is always powered by data, so you've got to have good quality data. And so we collect data from all the way from the endpoint, all the way to the desktop running in the cloud. So you might have a user in India using their PC from home, connecting to their home network. to a gateway in the cloud, to a desktop in the cloud, connecting to applications. We collect all that data in real time every 30 seconds. And then we have AI on top to help understand what's happening with the end user and how long did it take them for them to log in, when do they work. So we can provision the desktop in the cloud just before they show up for work in the morning. We can deprovision it so you can save money when they're not working at night. So that optimizes the cost. So we call that just in time and just enough. So you shouldn't come in the morning and wait 30 minutes for your desktop to boot up, and you shouldn't leave it logged on if you've gone home for the day, right? So how do you do it just in time, just enough? And then on the other side is analyze user sentiment to figure out if this user is happy or unhappy, and if they're unhappy, why are they unhappy? And so high quality data using AI techniques allows you to find root causes very efficiently. So for example, if a user is unhappy, you can use AI to say, hey, here are the 3 reasons why we think the user is unhappy, and try these out and fix them. And the whole goal with AI is how do we reduce the time to problem resolution, because problems will happen because users might be on a bad network, got a bad driver. The faster you can find it, the faster you resolve it, and the users are back to being productive.
Well, great. Well, lastly, before I let you go, where can people go if they want to find out more information about Workspot and some of the things that we've talked about?
It's workspot.com, our website. We have a public docs.workspot.com where all our documentation, there's lots of videos, self-service videos available, and so both of those are very valuable resources.
And is there any conferences that you guys are going to be attending?
You know, this is one of the big ones for the year.
Right.
This is where a lot of the end user computing community shows up. So we don't do a lot of conferences, mostly webinars. This is one of the few that we attend.
Well, great. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you, and look forward to the rest of the show.
Thank you.